This is L. If you are listening to this, you have chosen to confront the unsettling realities that underpin our contemporary world. Be advised. The insights contained herein are not for the faint of heart. Modern society presents itself as the pinnacle of human achievement, technological marvels, unprecedented connectivity, and the promise of progress. Yet beneath this polished veneer lies a complex web of contradictions, manipulations, and concealed mechanisms of control. This is the dark truth about modern society. We begin with a fundamental question. Are we truly free? Modern democracies champion the ideals of liberty and choice. Citizens are assured that their voices matter, that they possess agency over their destinies. However, a closer examination reveals a more disconcerting narrative. Consider the concept of choice in our daily lives. From the products we consume to the information we digest, options abound. Yet, are these choices genuinely ours? Or have they been meticulously curated by unseen forces? Corporations and media conglomerates wield unparalleled influence over public perception. Algorithms dictate the content we encounter, subtly shaping our beliefs and desires. This is not mere happenstance. It is a calculated orchestration designed to maintain a specific societal order. The case of Curia serves as a poignant illustration. The public believed they were witnessing justice in action, yet they were merely spectators to a narrative carefully constructed by an individual with a singular vision. The masses were manipulated into complacency, their sense of morality subtly recalibrated without their conscious consent. This leads us to the first dark truth. Freedom, in its purest form, is often an illusion. In an era where personal expression is celebrated, one might assume that individuality thrives. However, modern society has found a way to monetize even the most intimate facets of our identities. Social media platforms encourage users to share every aspect of their lives, transforming personal experiences into commodities. Each post, each like, each share becomes data, valuable currency in the digital marketplace. But who truly benefits from this exchange? While individuals receive fleeting validation, corporations amass vast reservoirs of information, enabling them to predict, influence, and control consumer behavior with alarming precision. Curia understood the power of information. By accessing personal data, he could judge and execute with impunity. Modern entities may not wield a death note, but their capacity to manipulate outcomes through data is no less formidable. Thus, the second dark truth emerges. Our identities have been commodified, reducing the essence of self to mere data points. Education is heralded as the cornerstone of progress, equipping individuals with the tools to navigate an increasingly complex world. Yet there is evidence to suggest that modern educational systems may in fact be stifling critical thought. Curricula are standardized, promoting uniformity over originality. Students are trained to excel in examinations, not to question underlying assumptions. Divergent thinking is often discouraged, labeled as disruptive rather than innovative. This systematic conditioning produces a populace that is adept at following instructions but ill-prepared to challenge prevailing narratives. Such an environment is ripe for manipulation, as individuals lack the analytical skills to discern ulterior motives. Reflect upon the citizens under Curia's reign. Fear supplanted reason, and blind obedience overshadowed skepticism. The absence of critical thought rendered the masses susceptible to control. Herein lies the third dark truth. The erosion of critical thinking serves as a tool for societal manipulation. Privacy, once considered a fundamental right, has become a relic of the past. Modern society operates under an omnipresent gaze, with surveillance mechanisms embedded into the fabric of daily life. CCTV cameras monitor public spaces, online activities are tracked, and personal devices serve as conduits for data collection. While these measures are often justified under the guise of security and convenience, they raise pertinent questions about autonomy and consent. The proliferation of smart devices has further blurred the boundaries between public and private spheres. Conversations once held in confidence are now susceptible to interception, and movements can be traced with pinpoint accuracy. Curia's ability to identify and eliminate targets was contingent upon access to personal information. In today's context, such data is readily available, often willingly surrendered by individuals unaware of the potential ramifications. The fourth dark truth is thus revealed. the surveillance state has been normalized, eroding the sanctity of personal privacy. Modern society venerates productivity, equating worth with output. Individuals are encouraged to optimize every moment, to hustle relentlessly in pursuit of success. This relentless drive fosters a culture of burnout, where rest is stigmatized, and self-worth is contingent upon achievements. The human experience is reduced to metrics, performance reviews, productivity scores, and quantifiable outcomes. Such an environment breeds discontent and disillusionment. The intrinsic value of existence is overshadowed by external validations, leading to a populace perpetually chasing an elusive standard of success. Kira's own obsession with his mission exemplifies this phenomenon. His identity became inextricably linked to his role as judge and executioner, leading to a descent into moral ambiguity and isolation. The fifth dark truth stands as follows. The cult of productivity dehumanizes individuals, reducing them to mere cogs in an unrelenting machine. Historically, humans have thrived in communal settings, finding strength and solace in collective bonds. However, modern society has witnessed a gradual erosion of these connections. Urbanization, digital communication, and individualistic ideologies have contributed to the fragmentation of traditional communities. While technology purports to bridge distances, it often fosters superficial interactions, lacking the depth and authenticity of face-to-face engagements. This disconnection breeds loneliness and alienation, with profound implications for mental health and societal cohesion. Individuals become isolated entities, navigating a complex world without the anchor of communal support. Under Kira's influence, trust among citizens deteriorated, neighbors suspected neighbors, and the fabric of society frayed. The absence of genuine community bonds rendered individuals more susceptible to external control. Thus, the sixth dark truth emerges. The fragmentation of community has left individuals vulnerable and isolated. Inequality is not a glitch in the matrix of society. It is a design feature, a carefully engineered mechanism, maintained and perpetuated by those who benefit most from it. It is no longer simply the disparity between the rich and the poor. It is the scaffolding of modern civilization. Let us analyze. At the apex of global power structures lie corporations, political dynasties, financial institutions, and media conglomerates, entities that on the surface operate independently. But look deeper, and you'll find a closed circuit of influence. These institutions control narratives, distribute wealth, and shape public discourse. They manufacture need, they dictate taste, they commodify suffering. It is not a coincidence that healthier food is more expensive, that education is a business, that debt is normalized. These are not oversights. They are strategies. Systems have been created that appear to offer mobility, but in reality, operate more like chutes than ladders. Take the concept of meritocracy. Society tells you that if you work hard, you will rise, but the truth is more complex. The game is often rigged before the first move is played. Opportunities are unearned. Networks matter more than knowledge, and luck is repackaged as virtue. Now consider media. Those in power own the platforms that shape how inequality is perceived. They redefine poverty as a personal failing. They glamorize wealth without addressing the systems that enable it. You're shown mansions, not the sweatshops beneath them. Does this remind you of someone? Yes, Kira, too, believed himself righteous. He created a world divided into two classes, the worthy and the condemned. His justice favored the good, as defined by him, and eradicated the evil, without due process. In doing so, he mirrored the real world far more than most would care to admit. Kira's rule was a caricature of modern inequality, where power decides who deserves to live well, and who does not deserve to live at all. He simply removed the illusion. When systems are designed to benefit the few, when fairness is an exception, and not the rule, the result is not just inequality, it is structural oppression, hidden behind bureaucracy and bright screens. And what is most concerning is this: those who suffer are often conditioned to believe it is their fault. If you have followed this far, you may feel a sense of discomfort. That is natural. Truth has a peculiar taste, bitter at first, but clarifying in its aftertaste. You may be wondering, what can I do? You are not powerless. You still possess the most dangerous tool in existence: awareness. When enough minds begin to observe, to question, and to connect the dots, the illusion begins to crack. Change does not require everyone. It requires those few who are willing to think differently, and to act accordingly. This concludes today's entry entry in my private archive, but the investigation is not over. If you find yourself questioning more than you did before, good, that is the beginning of clarity. And tell me, have you noticed any invisible chains lately? This is L, logging off for now.